Even though you had done nothing wrong, Potiphar believed his wife's lies and sent you to prison. You were there a long time, but you had courage and endurance. God kept blessing you, and soon you were in charge of all that went on in the prison. That's when you met two very interesting people.
That would be Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. When we were in prison together, they had strange dreams, and God gave me the meaning of the dreams.
And 2 years later, Pharaoh had strange dreams. Remember this?
I would not, could not understand my two dreams, so I command someone tell me what they mean, these 7 fat cows and 7 lean. Inform me now, who will explain about the 14 heads of grain, with 7 good and 7 burned, the meaning which I should learn.
I know a man, I do, O king, who through his God interprets dreams. I would not, should not have forgotten about this man, and I go rotten. His name is Joseph, this Hebrew. He'll be here soon to speak with you. His God will help him to explain all about the cows and grain.
Greetings, Pharaoh, and hear these things. God has told me about your dream. Know these words from God are true, for he shall reveal what he's about to do. The cows and grain, here's what they mean. 7 years of plenty and 7 of lean. The abundant years will produce great crops, and when famine comes, all that stops. So find a wise and discerning man, put him in charge of Egypt land. For 7 years start the grain, and you'll have food when famine reigns.
I would not, could not, yes it's true, find one better than this Hebrew, for you're a strong and godly man. You're now in charge of Pharaoh's land.
Very clever. I would not, could not have done it better.
Joseph, when you were 30 years old, you got a big promotion. You went from the pit to the palace and became second in command of all of Egypt. How did you remain so humble?
People tried to give me credit for interpreting the dreams and storing the grain, but it wasn't from me. It was all from God. God knows all things, even the future. He knew the famine was coming, and he provided a way for people to survive it. I'm just honored that God let me be part of his plan. He deserves all the glory. It's not about me, it's all about him.
It's all about you, Lord, it's not about me. It's you I
came true. There were 7 years with great crops, and then the 7 years of famine started. It was terrible! And soon people from other countries came to Egypt to buy the grain you had stored. This brought some very interesting visitors.
I don't think they recognize me. Let's see what they're up to. Stand, foreigners. Where do you come from?
We're from the land of Canaan, sir. There's a terrible famine there. We've come here to buy food.
I think you're spies and you've come to see the weaknesses of Egypt. No, sir. We only came to buy food.
We're honest men. We're not spies. We're 12 brothers, sons of Jacob, great-grandsons of Abraham. Our youngest brother is with our father, and one brother is dead.
Maybe my father is still alive, and my brother Benjamin too. Let's find out. Here's how you can prove you're honest men. Leave one brother here in the guardhouse, while the rest of you take grain back to Canaan to feed your family. Then bring your youngest brother Benjamin back to me. That will prove you're not spies.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's just what we'll do.
We're in trouble now.
Okay, who's going to stay here in Egypt? Any volunteers? No? Okay then. Let's decide like real men. Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Rock, paper, scissors, shoot!
Sorry, Simeon. You stay. I can't believe it. Our brother's going to be so upset when he hears that Simeon is in jail. And you know how attached he is to Benjamin. He'll never let us bring him back.
This is awful. Obviously, we're being punished for what we did to our brother Joseph. He begged us not to harm him, but we wouldn't listen.
Didn't I tell you not to hurt the boy? Now we have to pay for what we've done. This is what we deserve. It's payback time.
I can't believe my brothers didn't recognize me, but they've changed too. God has changed their hearts.
Joseph, may I ask you a personal question? After all that your brothers did to you, how were you able to forgive them and show them compassion?
I spent a lot of time talking with God about that. He helped me forgive them. God forgives us when we sin against Him, and He expects us to do the same to others when they sin against us.
That's hard to do.
But with God, all things are possible.
God forgives us when we do wrong. Oh, so let's forgive each other. God forgives us when we do wrong. Oh, so let's forgive each other too. When a friend's unfair or doesn't seem to care,
once again, your family in Canaan ran out of food. Your father Jacob had no choice. He had to let your brothers take Benjamin and go back to Egypt. That's when this man became a key player.
Hello, Mr. Joseph. I know you remember me. I was your go-to guy during Given Grain.
I know that voice anywhere. That's my steward, Stu.
Hello, Mr. Joseph. I'll never forget the day your brothers returned to Egypt. When you saw them, you turned to me and said, Stu, prepare a feast. We're throwing a party. And when they came in and you looked at your younger brother, you know, I think he must be a musician. His name was Benjamin.
It's pronounced Benjamin, Stu.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Joseph. Well, anyway, after you saw him, you got all teary-eyed and had to leave the room. I could tell he was your favorite. But then, when it was time for them to go back to Egypt, you had me prepare a little surprise for them. Do you remember what that was, Mr. Joseph?
I certainly do, Stu. Operation Bring 'em Back. We put the money they paid for the grain back in their sacks. And in Benjamin's sack, we put my silver cup.
That's right. And they had just gone a little way from town when you had me go and get them. I had those boys open their sacks, and then I accused them of being thieves. Don't you know they were confused?
Yes.
This is the part where you're supposed to say yes. Don't you know that they were confused?
Yes.
Don't you know they were scared?
Yes.
Don't you know that they were shocked?
Yes.
And don't you know that I put them on those donkeys and I trotted them right back to you, Mr. Joseph?
Yes.
And here's what happened next.
What were you thinking? Didn't you know you'd get caught? You, with my silver cup, you will be my slave. The rest of you can go home to your father.
Please, sir, please don't do this. Benjamin is our father's youngest son. Oh, kill him if the boy doesn't come home. Please let me be your slave instead. Let Benjamin go home with my other brothers. It'll break my father's heart if he doesn't come home.
I can't take it any longer. I've got to tell them who I am. Come closer. Please come closer. I'm Joseph, your brother, the one you sold to the Ishmaelites. Traitors. Don't be scared. It's okay. And don't be upset with yourself for what you've done. Because God sent me to Egypt ahead of you so he could keep our family alive during the famine. God put me in Egypt, not you.
Is that really you? We never thought we'll see you again. It's been over 20 years.
You're alive and in charge of all Egypt. I can't believe it.
All of this was part of God's plan. He's in control of everything. He's all powerful and he knows all things, including the future. He's an amazing and mighty God.